How would you like to travel the world in 2 hours? That is possible. We got our friend Mark DeWolf here. You can do that at the Halifax International Wine Festival coming up on September 6th at the Halifax Convention Center. It's true, you get to taste 250 wines from around the world.
Well, we hope you won't taste 250, but you have the opportunity that 250 will be in the room for you to try.
Challenge accepted. I would love to do that. Because you don't have to drink the whole glass. You can actually just taste it.
No, and we just recommend people to have little sips, and then it's all about conversing with the agents and the food vendors there, talking about their businesses and learning about their product, really.
Well, there is so much to learn, and there are going to be lovely culinary pairings, too. We have a couple of producers who we'll get to chat with in a second. Yeah. But let's set the stage. What actually happens at this event?
So you're going to walk in, and it's crazy. It's such a huge event this year. We have, in addition to the 250 wines, what we're really excited about, we have organic chocolates from Ecuador, we have food vendors, we have a Canadian pavilion showcasing Canadian cheeses and wines from Ontario and New Brunswick, and we have a Nova Scotia pavilion that's showcasing that we're partnering with NS Loyal, Nova Scotia Loyal, and that's about showcasing off our great local wines and great local food vendors. So it's going to be where there's oysters, there's cheese, there's Hope Blooms with their great product. It's going to be an amazing event.
Well, I can't wait for it, but we're getting a little preview of this today. You've brought in a couple of wines and a nice variety. We have gorgeous wines around here.
That's, and I work internationally in the wine field when I'm not doing events like this, and I always tell people Nova Scotia wines are world class now, and especially what we do really well, which is sparkling wine like this one from Lackady Vineyards, which is organic and vegan winery, and real icon of the Nova Scotia sparkling industry. And then we have, of course, a Tidal Bay from Mercator. We have a great new wine from Yost. So these wines are really fresh and crisp, nice aromatics, but they're so fresh, they really go well, especially with Sean's fresher styles cheeses. And when you talk about the chutneys later, once we get a little more aromatic, like the Nova 7, you can kind of ramp up the flavor, so the apricot chutney, maybe Sean's brie, it can take a little more flavor. So we have this full gamut. We can pair so well with our local seafood, our local cheeses. There's no reason not to have a Nova Scotia wine on your table.
Well, let's talk to Sean, the famous Sean. Now, here he is. We've got Sean, who is one of the wonderful people involved with the Annapolis Cheese Company. If you don't like this wine, I guess we can complain to your wife because she made it.
She did make the wine. Yeah, she's the co-founder of the company, and it's nice to have a winemaker on board. They know what they're talking about when it comes to flavors. So yeah, we try to make cheeses that really pair well with Nova Scotia wines. That's why we're here. And we've got the full spectrum of cheeses that go well with what we produce on the wine end.
Well, Annapolis Fine Cheese, tell us a little bit about your product.
Yeah, so we've got 3 different styles of cheese that we make currently. We've been operating for about 2 years. We get all of our milk from local dairy farmers in the Annapolis Valley. We make them all from scratch using traditional European methods. So we make premium artisanal cheeses. We've got a soft spreadable one in 3 different flavors, the urban garlic, truffle, and the original. And we make this beautiful Blomidon brie, we call it. That's a nice, fresh tasting brie. This isn't the kind of brie that goes towards the dirty socks kind of taste, A nice fresh brie, very easy to eat. And we've got this Alpine style cheese called Valley Gold. That's one that we age for at least 3 months, and we brush those wheels by hand. It's a labor of love, and it just pairs perfectly with what's going on at the wine festival this year.
And a little birdie told me that your favorite is the brie. It looks gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. It's a winner. It's something you can have in your fridge all the time, and it's really moving this summer. Nova Scotians are all about supporting local lately, and it's really obvious. We're moving a lot of cheese. It's coming around.
Fantastic. All right, we're going to bring it to Nuja because there's nothing better on cheese than a delicious spread like a chutney. Talk about maritime chutney.
So maritime chutney, I created this about 10 months ago, right off when I was coming off my maternity leave. I've been experimenting in the kitchen with my family recipes for a long time, and I just thought, hey, this is the time to bring a different kind of condiment to the Canadian market. We have a lot of relishes and mustards and whatnot, but chutney is not so common around this part of the world, and it's a great condiment. You can use it as a spread, as a side. You can obviously pair cheeses with it and wine, and then you can use it for cooking as well. So yeah, here we are. We have a lime chutney, an apricot, and an apple. I do have a few other items as well, which do not go really well with cheese, but they
It all comes together at the Halifax International Wine Festival. So there are some tickets left. You could get tickets for the 2-hour experience, or there's a VIP ticket where you
Which
get
essentially means 3 hours of tasting. So that's a good thing. So it just means you get to have more conversations, more wines, more food, and learn more about, the great people that are behind the bottles and the products here in Nova Scotia.
We appreciate it. We put all the information on our website. Get your tickets now. It's going to be a lot of fun that September 6th.